Excellent. Welcome, welcome. I think we're all feeling so much lighter this week. So we're working on the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. Chris tells me this color is green. I read it as blue, but since he told me it was green, I'm taking it. So the heart chakra, we're going to take the Padma Mudra. So find that comfortable seated position. If you can, sit on your heels. I can't sit on my heels, so I'm using a block, but I'm starting off in this position today because it just will help stretch out the quads in preparation for Camel. So if you can, take this sitting position using a bolster underneath your hips if your knees, like my knees, don't like being flexed to the max. So find that comfortable seated position. We'll bring our hands to Namaste hands and then open up the lotus by keeping the pinkies and the thumbs together and the fingers are stretching out like the petals of a lotus. And we'll place that in front of our heart center. And we'll just take a few moments to close the eyes, allowing the muscles of the face and forehead to relax, the shoulders dropping away from the ears, but sending that energetic traction from the base of the tailbone up the spine, out through the crown of the head. And just begin to withdraw your mind from the rest of the week and the rest of the day so you can be here now. Gently observing the sound and sensation of the breath. And consciously drawing the breath to the base of your lungs so that as you inhale, the belly expands. And as you exhale, draw the navel toward your spine. With the inhale, just envision that breath coming up from the navel center to the heart as the lotus opens. And the affirmation for this morning's practice is, my heart blossoms open with unconditional love. Inhale to exhale. And then we'll take a breath in, and as you exhale, release the chin towards your chest, release the mudra to your thighs, and gently shift your head side to side. If you like, you can make a circle, but be mindful not to drop the full weight of the head on the back of the spine. And then moving in the opposite direction and slowing down any area that might need extra attention. And then the next time the chin meets the chest, we'll take a breath in, float the head on top of the spine as you flutter your eyes open, palms up, gaze up, heart lifted. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up. Exhaling, palms down, chin down. Inhaling, arms up, reach up. Exhale, palms down, chin down. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up. As you exhale, release the left palm behind, the right hand on the outside of the knee for a gentle twist as you inhale, lifting up, looking back over the shoulder, and then keeping the shoulder where it is, turn your gaze to the front. And on your next inhale, we'll bring our palms back up. Exhaling, opposite side. And then keeping that shoulder where it is, turning your gaze to the front, invoking that gentle smile, that attitude of gratitude to be here now. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. We have lots to be thankful for. Inhaling, arms up, reaching up. Exhaling, palms to the heart center. Bringing the forearms together, folding the fingers, and we'll roll the wrists. And in the opposite direction. And then knuckles in, thumbs down, press out, send the breath between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, release behind, folding the palms together, press them down, move them away from the spine. Lift your gaze, lift the heart, send the breath to the front of the chest. And then if it's available, As you take a breath in, shift your hips forward, your heart forward. And then coming down, maybe the arms come up and over. And then with the inhale, we'll slowly come back up. Release the arms, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll transition to all fours table. Again, I'm modifying my table with a fist to protect my wrists, but in table, the palms should be flat, index finger towards the front, rooting and grounding the thumb and index finger if that's okay for your wrists. Finding that flat back, we'll take some rounds of cat and cow. With the inhale, lifting the tailbone, releasing in the belly to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine and tucking the chin, pressing into the palms to open the back, and then moving through cat and cow with the rhythm of your breath. Imagining the spine is like a hollow tube. Sending the breath to lead the movement and trying to move one vertebra at a time like dominoes. So don't rush through cat and cow. Connecting breath with movement. Movement, intention, and breath. In the practice of yoga, we're yoking together, body, mind, spirit. We'll just take this hour together to make that intention, allowing the heart to blossom open with unconditional love. And then coming back to that flat back, shake your tailbone, maybe make circles and bear pose, just loosen up any cobwebs. A little synovial fluid to your joints. And then we'll come back to that flat back table. As you inhale, slide the right leg back, lift the leg up, pull up through the toes, and lift the left arm if that's available. Find the line of energy from the navel out through the heel as if you're pressing against an imaginary wall. Find stability here. Exhale, release the hand and the knee. Inhale, slide left leg back, lift the leg, lift the opposite arm. Keep softness in the gaze and in your facial muscles, but active leg, really actively press that heel away from the navel, press and reach the arms, the fingertips towards the opposite wall. Exhale, release. Inhale, slide right leg back, lift the leg, lift the arm, and then you can stay here, or if you want more core, we'll do 5. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more. We'll pause. Exhale, release the hand and the knee. Sliding the left leg back, lift the leg, lift the right arm. Stay here, or exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more with the rhythm of your breath. Or skipping it if it doesn't call to you today. And then exhale, hand and knee to the mat. Inhale, sliding right leg back, lift the leg, lift the left arm. Stay here or bend the right knee. And if you want to work towards a bind, bringing your arm out to the side, sacrum, or taking hold of the foot. And if you're binding, press the foot into the palm. You can lift the heart and gaze. Find stability here. Find that gratitude. We'll release the bind, release the hand and the knee. Inhale, left leg back, lift the leg, lift the arm. Stay here or work towards the bind. Exhale, release. Take a round of cat and cow. And then we'll separate the knees apart, toes touching. Walk the palms out, take a breath in. As you exhale, shift the hips back towards the heels, allowing the forehead to come down. You can rest your elbows, or if you want more sensation, raise the elbows, press the palms isometrically away from the knees, lengthen in the spine. In Balasana, we're bowing toward our higher self. So if you can, allow the forehead to touch, stimulating the Ajna chakra. And if your head doesn't come down, you can always make fists and place your hand on your forearms or on your hands. Feel the belly expanding like a balloon between your thighs as you inhale. And then as you exhale, see if you can shift back a little deeper, releasing the knees, lengthen in the spine. Staying here, or if you want more sensation, walk palms to the right, left palm on top of right palm. Sending the breath to the sides of the ribs, lengthening in the left side body. And then with the inhale, walking palms back through midline and over to the left, this time right palm on top of left palm. Inhaling back through midline. Exhaling, we're going to shift onto our elbows, straighten our legs, coming into Sphinx Pose for a moment, and then bring your palms under the shoulders, come down, looking at the mat, palms under the shoulders. We're going to do that Cobra Pose. As you inhale, we'll first lift the gaze, keeping elbows in the torso, and then gradually coming up. And then as you exhale, try to slowly come down. First the belly, then the chest, and then finally tucking the chin. And we'll do that one more time. As you inhale, looking up. Slowly coming up, trying to not push with your palms. Allow your spine to do most of the work. And then as you exhale, slowly coming down. Walk the elbows out, stack the forearms together, allow the forehead to rest. We'll take a few breaths here in Makarasana. Again, establishing that deep abdominal breath. And then we'll walk our arms out, tucking the chin. Bring your legs together. As you inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left. Exhale, lower. Do that one more time each side. And then you can repeat that, or if you're ready, we'll squeeze the legs together, lift the legs, lift the arms. And if you want to do more, we'll bring the arms back behind. You can fold the fingers, lifting a little higher. And if you want to take a big back bend, you can bend your knees, reach for the foot or ankle. First, start with the thighs on the mat, and then if you can, lifting the knees up. And then we'll release the mind, bringing your palms back underneath the shoulders. Take a breath in as you press into the palms, coming back into a child's pose. This time, bring your palms around to your feet, palms up, tucking the chin, coming into embryo pose. We'll take a breath here. And then as you inhale, we'll come up onto hands and knees. Curl the toes under. As you inhale, we'll lift the hips and knees, shifting back into a downward dog. And in your first downward dog, we'll walk in place, shifting the hips side to side. And then settling with the inhale, we'll lift the heels up. As you exhale, shift the hips back towards the heels, lengthening in the spine. Keep as much bend in the knee as you need to keep that tailbone lifted. Lengthen the spine. You don't want to round in the low back. And then looking up between the palms, we'll walk our feet up to meet our palms. Keep a bend in the knee for your first forward fold. Tuck your chin, maybe clasp opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll pose. And as your hamstrings release, you can work on straightening. Then releasing your palms, make a fist around your thumb as you soften your knees, slowly shift your torso around as we slowly come up. Again, keeping softness in the knees, slowly coming up. And then allowing the fist to hit the front of the shoulder and the kidney. And then slowing it down. Arriving in Tadasana mountain pose, posture of awareness. So I want you to lift your toes up and then plant them down. Take your hands and on top of your iliac crest. So come up to the pelvis and then press your pelvis down so you really feel rooted and grounded. And then releasing that, close the eyes. So I usually give the image of a tree digging its roots in from the navel down, and Peabody told me that redwood trees don't grow that deep, but what they do is they spread out their roots 100 feet to entwine with other trees. So while we're in Tadasana and while we're doing our balance pose, I want you to imagine your roots growing deep and then finding our community and entwining your roots with all that are practicing with you this morning and getting that strength and stability from each other. Imagining that we're all in this room together, lending our energy to find our grounding, our rooting in this purpose to be here now. And then opening the eyes, we'll do some moving chair. With the inhale, we'll shift our hips down and back. Exhale, pressing into the feet, coming up. Inhale, coming down and back. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, down and back. Exhale, coming up. The next time we'll lift the right leg. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, right. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, left. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, right. Inhale, coming down. exhale, left. This time we'll come down and stay down. Bring your palms together down at the heart center, and if you want to take a twist, we'll lean forward and bring the right elbow on the outside of the left knee, pressing together. Inhaling back from midline, exhaling opposite side. Inhaling back together. As you inhale, press into the feet, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, release. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, hands on the hip. We'll move through crane to crescent warrior. Left heel down, toes lifted and spread wide. Plant the foot down as you shift onto that leg, lift the opposite leg up. Palms out, stretching out, maybe flexing at the wrists. Find your drishti point. And on your next exhale, we'll slide that leg back, landing on the ball of the foot, front knee bent, to crescent warrior. Open at the heart center. Inhaling back up to crane. Exhale back to crescent warrior. Inhaling back up into crane. This time, if you like, you can go back to crescent warrior, or if you want to take it, run at warrior 3. Slide the leg back, extending the arms. Again, maybe stretching the body in 2 directions. Or if you're in crescent warrior, being happy there. And then with the inhale, we'll move back up into crane. Exhale, release. Roll the standing foot out. We'll bring the right heel down, toes lifted and spread wide. Plant the foot down and shift onto that leg, lifting the opposite leg up. Exhale into crescent warrior, ascended warrior. Remember, the ascension comes from the heart center. So open up the wings, open up the heart. Inhale, back up into crane. Exhale, back into crescent warrior. Inhaling back up to crane. Again, stay here, move back into crescent warrior or move into warrior 3. And then on your next inhale, we'll move back up into crane. Exhale, release, roll the standing foot out. So we're going to do tree. Just remember about rooting and grounding, getting support from our community all around us. I just love that image. So thank you, Peabody. So we'll start with our hands on our hips. Left heel down, toes lifted and spread wide. Plant the foot down as you shift onto the leg. Lift the opposite leg up, bringing it out to the side, landing it on the thigh, shin, or ankle. Hands to the heart center. And when you're ready, allowing the limbs of the tree to grow. Find your drishti point, rooting and grounding. We'll take Kalpa Vrikshasana, wish-fulfilling tree pose. Bringing your thumbs together, cupping your fingers, finding that energy to send blessings to the universe, and all in need of it. And if you're falling out, just come back in and join us. Find that connection, that rooting, grounding. Palms together down at the heart center. Over to the right shoulder, back through midline, left shoulder, back through midline. Pull the knee in, straighten the leg, release, and roll the standing foot out. I always notice that when we're in a group together, people are better. And it's because we're drawing on the energy from each other to hold our posture. So just imagine that we're all in this room together. So we'll bring the right heel down, toes lifted and spread wide. Plant the foot down as you shift onto the leg, lifting the opposite leg up, bringing it out to the side, hands to the heart center. And when you're ready, allowing the limbs of the tree to grow. Bhajasana, wish-fulfilling tree pose. And blessings to all in need of it, especially members of our community. And then hands together at the heart center. Over to the right shoulder, back to midline, left shoulder, back to midline. Pull the knee in, straighten the leg, release, and roll the standing foot out. Coming to the front of the mat. So I noticed my stability was better today just with that visualization. I normally fall out. So visualizations work. Energy, we're exchanging energy even though we're not in the same room. Some of us are, but okay. Come to the front of the mat, toes together, heels touching. Toes touching, heels apart. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway up, head and chest rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, drop the knee. Uncurl the foot. Inhale, the arms up. So try to keep length in your low back. We're opening up at the heart center here, as well as the piriformis in the front of the hip. So just take a moment to lengthen the front body. And then as you exhale, see if you can move a little deeper without too much arch in the back. Exhale, plant the hands, curl the back foot under and lift the knee, and we'll bring that back foot to meet the front foot. Inhaling, halfway up, head and chest rise. Exhale, release head and hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Palms to the heart center. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, drop the knee, uncurl the foot. Inhale, the arms overhead. And if that doesn't work, you can always just place your palms on the thigh. Exhale, plant the hands, curl the back foot under and lift the knee and bring that back foot to meet the front foot. Inhaling, halfway up to a flat back. Exhaling, releasing head and hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Palms to the heart center. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back. Keep the heel lifted this time. Inhale, back up into Crescent Warrior. And then if you want to take a twist here, we'll lean forward and then bring your arms together at the heart center and take the twist. And then inhale back to center. We'll come back up. Exhale, plant the hands. Bring that back foot to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release the head and hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. palms to the heart center. We'll close our eyes here for a moment, gathering the thoughts and setting them aside and coming back to that even and easy breath. Anytime during the practice you've had enough, this is always a good strategy. It's a good life strategy to stop, take a step back, and take a deep breath. No anticipation, even though you know we're going to do the other side. And then opening the eyes, inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back, keeping the heel bent. Heel lifted, front knee bent, coming into Crescent Warrior. And again, stay here or drop the knee if this is too much. Or if you want to take a twist, we'll extend the arms and the torso. And then you can stay there or bring your arms to the heart center and take the twist. All options. And then we'll bring the palms back to the heart center and then back up into Crescent Warrior. Exhale, plant the hands. Bring that back foot to meet the front foot. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, release head and hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Palms to the heart center. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway up, head and chest rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, spin the heel around, keeping that front knee bent. We'll move into Warrior One, Mira Bhajasana 1. So take a moment to make sure your hips are pointed straight ahead, the torso is in alignment. Front knee bent over the ankle, not further. Active in the back leg. And then exhale into cactus arms, really pressing the elbows towards opening up the heart center. Maybe allowing a little back bend of the upper spine, but keep the low back out of it. Press the heel of that back leg. And then bringing your forearms together, we'll bring right elbow underneath left elbow, coming into eagle arms. And it can be here on your shoulders, or taking the eagle arms. Pressing the elbows away from the ears, maybe isometrically pressing the elbows together to squeeze out any self-doubt, any negative self-body talk, any demons. And then with your inhale, coming back into cactus arms. Exhale, release the palms behind, folding your fingers, press the palms down, open up at the heart center. So really see if you can move the palms away from the spine. And you can stay here or take Humble Warrior as you take a breath in. Exhale, send the chest towards the inner thigh, dropping the head, tucking the chin. And rooting and grounding the outside border of the back foot, inside border of the front foot. Allowing the heart to be above the head as we establish our heart-centered practice. My heart is blossoming open with unconditional love for Amanda Gorman. If you don't know who she is, Google her. She will just lift you up. And then pressing into the feet as you inhale, we'll come back up. Release the arms, bring them back up overhead. Taking a moment to observe the flow of prana. Exhale, plant the hands. Spin the back foot around, bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway up, head and chest rise. Exhale, releasing head and hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Palms to the heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up, head and chest rise. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, spin the heel around. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale into cactus arms. Really feel that opening at the heart center. Inhale, forearms together, this time left elbow underneath right elbow. Taking eagle arms here if that works for you. If you feel a strain, don't push it. I know someone who feels that she got injured from doing this. So remember, no pose is worth injury, not worth losing your peace. Modifications are good. That's part of our practice to honor, and that didn't feel good on my wrist, so I'm coming out of it. We'll inhale back to cactus arms. I hate it when I have to practice what I preach. Exhale, release the palms behind, this time opposite thumb on top. That's why I teach, because it helps my practice. Take a breath in. As you exhale, shift the chest towards your inner thigh, dropping the head, tucking the chin, allowing the arms to come up and over. Really active in the legs, passive in the spine. When we're in humility, our heart opens. And I really think that's why we're here, to keep our heart open to unconditional love. We're all in need of it. And then pressing into the feet as you inhale, we'll come back up. Release the arms, bring them back up overhead. Exhale, plant the hands. Spin the back foot around and bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Inhaling halfway up, head and chest rise. Exhale, release head and hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Palms to the heart center. One more time, close the eyes. See how quickly you can perfect the stillness here. Inhale to exhale. Just notice how just with that simple act of closing the eyes and taking a deep breath, you can calm the muscles, calm the heart. And then opening the eyes, we'll take a giant step back, so we'll face the camera or whatever in prep for warrior two. So we'll place our hands on our hips, turn one foot forward. I don't know, you pick a foot. I'm going to stay out of trouble with right and left on this one. Bend that front knee. Make sure your trunk stays in midline. The tendency is to drift forward. Bring it back into midline. Inhale the arms up, press out. Look out over the middle finger, coming into warrior two. And then turning the palm towards the sky. As you inhale, we'll release the back arm to the thigh, first reaching up, and then turning the gaze for reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, bend the elbow, land it on the thigh, bring that back palm up and around, hugging it into the ear, coming into side angle posture, finding the line of energy from the outside border of the back foot, up the spine, out through the fingers. And you can stay here, or if you want to work towards the bind, bring that top arm around. Maybe the bottom hand comes down, or you can reach in between the thighs for a bind. All options not necessary. And if you're binding, we'll come back out. And then as you inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten the knee, lift the toes up, release, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Hands on the hips. Turn the opposite leg out. Bend that knee. Set your trunk in midline. Inhale the arms up, press out. Look out over the middle finger, arriving in Bhajasana 2. And then turning the front palm towards the ceiling. As you inhale, we'll release the back palm down, lifting the right arm up, and then turning your gaze feel the opening in the side body. And then with the inhale, come back to Warrior 2. Take a moment to perfect this. And then as you exhale, bend the elbow, land it on top thigh, bring that back arm around, hugging into the ear for side angle posture. Making that decision if this is enough or if you want to take a run at a bind or work towards a bind or just be happy with what you can do. And then we'll release the bind. Inhale, coming back to Warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the knee, lift the toes up, release. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. We'll prepare for Trikonasana. If you like to use a block, this is your time to reach for your block. We'll turn one foot forward and then see if you can scooch the heel a little bit behind the toes. That'll internally rotate your thigh. Inhale the arms up, press out. We'll take a breath in. As you exhale, glide towards that front foot. And when you can go no further, allow the hand to come on the thigh, opening up. If you can, gazing up over the outstretched fingers. If that creates pinching in your neck, turn your gaze towards your front foot. We're trying to find that line of energy from the heart center out through that outstretched hand. Active in the legs. And then with the inhale, we'll come back up. Pick the toes up, release, roll the shoulders up, back and down, hands on the hips. Turn the opposite foot forward. Inhale the arms up, press out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, glide forward. And when you can go no further, allow that palm to come down on the block. Shin, thigh, opening up at the heart center, extending the top arm. Looking up if that doesn't cause any pinching in your neck. And the corners of your mouth lifting. So if you're not smiling, if you're gritting your teeth, you're not doing yoga. So we're trying to find that place where we can relax and enjoy our seat. The asana means seat. We're taking a seat in the pose. And if the seat is uncomfortable, just come out of it. And just find that place where this is easy. And then with the inhale, we'll come back up. Pick the toes up, release, roll the shoulders up, back and down. We'll heel toe the feet in. We didn't take a forward fold, so we'll take a forward fold here. So with the feet together, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, release the palms behind. Press the palms away from your spine. Take a breath in as you exhale. Bend the knees, settle your chest on your thighs, and allow the arms to come up and over. And this is what may be your forward fold, but if you can work on straightening the knees by pressing the feet into the ground and lifting the kneecaps. This will help open the heart center again in preparation for Camel. Shake the head no, shake the head yes. And then pressing into the feet and bending the knees as you slowly come back up. Release the arms out to the side. We'll close the eyes, giving a chance for the blood pressure to accommodate, observing the flow of prana. And then opening the eyes, we'll come to the front of the mat. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. We'll plant the hands, walk the feet back so you can drop your knees. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Now, this does not work for my knees, so I'm going to take a block. If you need to use a towel or a bolster or a blanket underneath, we'll just stay here for a moment, allowing the thigh muscles. And you can even take your palms and just press along your thighs on the midline. Press down to your knees and then coming around. And we'll just do that a few times to give the quads a little massage. And then we'll come up on our knees. Now, with Camel, if you have a big back bend, you can keep your feet flat. Some of you, if you tuck your toes, that will help reach it, or if you need to use a block. But we'll first start with our hands on our sacrum. And then as you inhale, just press your hips forward, but keep the sacrum pointing down. So you want to activate the core. We're trying to lengthen the front body here without creating a back bend. So that's the trick of being able to tuck the tailbone as you shift your hips forward. Then releasing the arms, we'll inhale the arms up overhead. And this may be your camel, and this is perfectly fine. We're opening up the heart center. But if you want to take one-handed camel, we'll exhale, release the right hand to the right heel, looking over, keeping the other hand up. And then inhale that arm back. We'll move to the left. Exhale, left hand to left heel, first reaching up. And then inhaling, palms back together. And you can repeat that. Or if you want to try full camel, we'll do one hand at a time. And if you try it and you have pinching in your low back, come out of it. But if you can, keep your tailbone slightly tucked. Have the back bend come from the upper spine, opening at the heart center. So see if you can roll out isometrically so that you're rolling the thumbs out to open at the heart center, allowing the head to come back but not drop full weight of the head on the back of the spine. And then when you're ready, coming out of it, one hand at a time. Inhale, arm up, opposite arm, uncurl the feet, hands to the heart center. And then we'll place our hands down. We'll shift our hips over one side or another, bringing our legs around, coming to the center of the mat. We'll first, with the palms behind the thigh, bring your chest towards your thighs. Then rounding, tucking. You might need to do a little rounding for a counter pose. So we'll bring our palms towards the ceiling, keeping the feet planted. As you exhale, slowly roll down, one vertebra at a time. And then once the shoulders come down, bring your arms overhead, stretch the legs out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring right knee to your chest, really squeezing and hugging it into the chest. We need to do this as a counter pose to camel. Keeping softness in the facial muscles. But as you exhale, seeing if you can draw the thigh towards your chest or towards your opposite armpit. Pulling up through the toe, pressing out through the heel, so you're still lengthening from the navel out through the left heel. Keep sending the breath to the belly. And then with your next inhale, we'll bring the left knee up, squeezing and hugging it in as you lengthen the right leg down, keeping the toes up, heel lift, heel flexed. Keep softness in the gaze. Send your breath to the belly, inviting that release in the hips, knees, and thighs, the low back. And then with your next inhale, we'll bring the right knee up, squeezing and hugging both knees into the chest. Let's take a moment to tuck the chin and lengthen in the back of the neck. And then with the breath, we'll take a breath in, lift the head and chest, wrap your arms around your shins, maybe clasping opposite elbows and rocking here side to side. And then pausing in the middle as you exhale, releasing the head down, open the knees apart, reach in between your knees for the foot or the ankle. Again, take a breath in and draw the toes towards your forehead center, maybe wrapping your arms around your shins, trying to find the line of energy from the feet to the navel, to the forehead center, maybe rocking here side to side. And then pausing as you exhale, releasing the head. Turn the soles of the feet towards the ceiling as we arrive in happy baby. Again, lengthen in the back of the neck. As you exhale, drawing the knees towards the armpits, maybe rocking here side to side. Pausing, see if you can draw the knees a little deeper. And then as you exhale, releasing the heels down. Walk your feet to the edges of the mat, bring your arms out to a T position and just windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then bringing your knees back to midline, exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Inhaling back through midline, exhaling knees to the left, knees to the right, gaze to the left. And then inhaling back through midline. We'll walk the heels in. We'll do one bridge. So bring your palms down by your hips, a little bit away from your hips. Pressing into the feet as you inhale, lift the hips up, lengthening in the front body. If you can, walk your arms underneath, clasping opposite elbows, seeing if you can lift a little higher, keeping the knees hip distance apart. Don't let them splay out. So we're trying to press the knees away from the hips, seeing if you can lift a little higher. And we'll take 5 rounds of fire breath, breathing in through the nose, out with that SH sound. And then releasing the arms, slowly lower down. Now, you have a decision to make. You can repeat that, or if you want to take a supported bridge, take hold of your block or a bolster. We'll press into our feet, lift the hips up, placing the block underneath the sacrum. Again, stay here in a nice supported bridge. If you want to take legs up the wall, you're in your own home, you can do that. Or you can lift one knee up, the other knee up, and then bring your legs up overhead, bringing your ankles together. And we'll just take a few moments here to allow the lymphatic system to drain from the ankles down the legs into the pelvic region. If you want to add movement here, you can move the legs out to the side. Exhale back to midline. Inhaling the legs out to the side. In back to midline. Or you can do splits. Just all options. Find what works for you. Or stay in stillness. And then after you've taken a run of some movements or not, we'll take one more moment. And then we'll bend the knees, release the left foot down, right foot down, lift the hips up, remove the block, slowly lower down. Walk the feet to the edge of the mat, drop the knees in. Just allow the knees to come in, allow the sacrum to relax. We'll bring our arms out to the side, flexing at the elbows, coming into cactus arms. Then we'll open up the knee, walk the feet together, soles of the feet together, knees out, so we're in cactus arms, butterfly legs. And then as you inhale, we'll bring the knees together, bring right knee to the chest, left knee to the chest, holding just below the knees. We'll make tiny circles. Massaging the sacrum, and then moving in the opposite direction. And then pausing, we'll squeeze the knees into the chest one last time. And then as you exhale, slide the legs down. We'll bring the arms overhead, one last stretch, getting as long as you can. Navel through the fingertips, navel through the toes. Take a breath in. As you exhale, release the arms to the side with an audible sigh. And gather any props that you need for Shavasana. I recommend you separate your knees wider than hip distance apart. If you can, allow the palms to be facing up. If you need grounding, palms can be down. Place a blanket over your torso. You want to get nice and warm and comfortable. And then just begin by relaxing the muscles of the forehead, the muscles around the mouth and throat. The muscles of the neck and shoulders. Relaxing the upper arms and the lower arms. Relaxing the wrist and fingers and the skin between the fingers. Relaxing the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Relax the cardiac region and the heart, chest. Relaxing the belly. Relax the hips and thighs. Relaxing the knees and calves, ankles and toes, and the skin between the toes. And send a wave of relaxation from toes to top and top to toes. And if your mind begins to wander, bring it back to your breath. Inhale to exhale. And then gently bring your awareness to the heart center, remembering our intention for our practice this morning. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. And again, you're welcome to stay here, or if you're ready to move, make some subtle movements of the fingers and the toes. Maybe roll your head side to side. And as you find yourself ready, bend your knees, bring your left arm overhead as you roll on your left side, placing your right palm in front of the heart center. Again, pausing here, taking a moment to visualize yourself in that seated position that we started in. And take a breath that leads the action to come back to the seat with the least amount of movement as possible, keeping your eyes closed. And as you find your seat, we'll take the Padma Mudra one more time, starting with Namaste hands and then opening up the petals of the lotus at the heart center, allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears, but sending that energetic traction from the tailbone up the spine out through the crown of the head. As we make that intention, my heart blossoms open with unconditional love. And then we'll take a breath in. As you exhale, drop your chin towards your heart. Place your hands on your lower abdomen as you flutter your eyes open. And with the inhale, we'll bring our palms back up overhead, joining them together, sealing our practice in, and bringing it down to the forehead center, seat of wisdom, and to the heart. And sharing the love all around us and all in need of it. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining me and inspiring me to keep my practice up. Enjoy this week.